Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and to this time-lapse version of a very fuzzy teddy bear in soft pastel. I hope that you enjoy this speeded up version here just to give you a quick overview. There will be a full-length tutorial from this in real time over on my Patreon channel this month. So if you fancy working along with me, please do visit me over there. And if you enjoy this here on YouTube, please do hit subscribe. So I am working again on the new Kansen velvet paper, but this is actually my second attempt at the teddy bear. I'm just going to show you now real quick. This was the first attempt. It was going well, but my camera decided about halfway through this attempt to stop working, and I didn't realize that had happened, so I lost all of the footage of this one. And I just decided to start again because I really wanted the footage of this one to be really nice to work along with, and obviously for the whole little project to be there. So sometimes working with technology can be a bit frustrating. Thankfully, this little piece was quite enjoyable to do, quite quick to do as well, so I didn't lose too much time by having to restart. So the first thing I did was block in a little neutral background. I decided to include a little hint of green because my intention was to bring out a lot of the red earths and lovely warm colours within the teddy bear's coat. So as always, I come in first with the darkest values. I'm not scared to use pure black if I feel like it's really necessary. And there are many really dark shadows on the bear. I really want to make him seem 3D. And often the way to do that is to trust those darker colours, that they are going to make a good base for all of your mid-tone colours right up to your highlights. So a lovely red earth colour there as well. And then also making use of a little bit of pastel pencil in this one for all of those hairs around the edges of the bear where my soft pastel sticks are just a little bit too broad. I can't quite get a fine enough mark. So to create those really fine edges, I use some pastel pencil in similar colours to the soft pastel sticks that I'm using. So a couple of shades of brown in this case. And I can make use of the sharp point of the pencil to create those really soft edges. But then the rest of the time, I'm really relying on the breadth of the mark that I get from the soft pastel stick. So I'm really not trying to paint each individual hair here. It's more the overall fuzz or the clumps of hair that I'm going for. So this is quite a small little piece. It's only 7 inches by 7 inches. Another one of those times when I am purposefully keeping the painting small in order to work in a slightly less detailed way. And for all of these mini demos, as they're called over on Patreon, they're all projects that are under about 4 hours in total to create. When you're working usually to high levels of realism, anything under 4 hours is always a bit of a bonus. So I didn't really mind restarting this painting. I think I had about an hour's work done previously. And this little piece took me about 2.5 hours in total. So a nice quicker project. I love these little paintings in between my bigger paintings. They really give me a break from the long slog that it is to do a bigger painting sometimes. And I'm having so much fun with these smaller demos. It really allows me to blast through a lot of different subject matters. I can try out little ideas. Perhaps I'll turn some of the smaller demos into bigger paintings sometime, but it's quite nice to just work through lots of different ideas rather than constantly be working on bigger projects. So these mini demos are a real welcome relief to me as well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing some Alberts pop up. Albert the bear was a very special gift or part of an art swap that I did many years ago when I used to work on I used to paint on a stall out in public, just trying to attract people to my work and get some commissions. And the lady who makes these bears, emerald bears, they're called, she had the stall next to me. So I've had Albert for a long time now. And he's a great model. Obviously, with all of that fur, he makes quite a soft subject matter, not unlike the many animals that I like to paint. And I have painted a few smaller studies of him, and I think a few times I've perhaps given him a bit of an odd expression, so it was my aim this time to make sure that he remains looking quite friendly. I think I managed that with this one. I'm hoping that he's cute. The last thing I want is to paint menacing looking teddy bears. I don't really think anyone wants that on their walls, especially not in a nursery. And these little teddy studies do look really nice on the wall of a nursery. That was why I started painting them in the past. So this was just a fun little study in between bigger paintings. I'm hoping that some of my patrons are going to enjoy working along with this. It's a short blast. Lots of tips for capturing fur and with a little bit less detail, because you can do an awful lot with the soft pastel sticks without going into huge amounts of detail. So I hope that you've enjoyed seeing this come together in time-lapse, just a quick blast to give you an overview. If you are interested in the real-time tutorial, do check me out over on my Patreon channel. I'll add links to that at the end of the video. But even if you've just enjoyed watching this here on YouTube, please do go and check out my playlists here on YouTube. I've got lots and lots of real-time videos here as well, not just time lapses. But I hope that you've enjoyed seeing this come together. I certainly enjoyed painting it, even more so when my camera decided to work and film the whole thing. So thank you very much for watching this here. Please, again, do hit subscribe here on YouTube if you haven't already. And until next time, happy pasteling.